Sup shitters, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to SP Reviews, where today we're checking out a few tracks from who I believe is to be an artist named Dr. Three Arms. I could be mistaken, but that's my understanding of the situation. And so we're going to be listening to 6 tracks from him. A note that the first track we're going to be listening to, called Taurus Rage, is known as House of Mirrors on SoundCloud. Okay, so without further ado, we're going to switch over to here, listen to these tracks from Dr. Three Arms, and we're going to hear what we think. Can I get this to behave itself? I think I can. Now playing. Cool. We got ourselves. Got some nice piano.
If you're my mirage, then I've got a good mind to see how close I can get before you hide in this house of mirrors that I'm trapped into.
We've got like I gotta remember that I can't use space on this. So we've got like a mixture of like the really kind of really epic strings, and we've got the piano going away in the background, and then we've got these vocals on top, which are oh, I'm liking the kick and the 808s.
I can touch, I can always look, that's all it took. You keep fading away, my memories of you are shaky, almost like you're a mirage.
Damn, man. Moving on, forgetting these people in your life.
House of mirrors, I reach out to you, watch you disappear, almost like the universe traps me in delusion, where my confusion teaches this illusion.
I'm kind of digging this melodic rapping, you know what I mean?
Can be happy with someone I can chase all I want, though I can't achieve alone, so good.
It's a really interesting vocal style. I don't think I've listened to this type before, or not in quite a while. It's pretty well mixed and mastered though. That bass is very resonant though in the mix. Oh damn, what?
Cut me deep, the moonlight might bite my soul, but I'll bite back twice as deep. I'm a raging bull in this house of silver glass, shattering these walls till I'm happy at last. Here's the real kicker, I might be slow, but I just want happiness, this I fucking know. If I have to escape this broken house of mirrors, search for the real thing as my fears disappear. As my fears run away from the raging bull I am today, what a way to win this useless race, stay and hide that I tried till the end.
There's a lot being said right now, isn't there? I'm just kind of keeping up with everything. He's got a lot to say and I'm really appreciating it. This is a really interesting story so far.
My sight, I won't give up this dream of mine.
Interesting hook. Like, it's nice, the verses are quite sort of energetic, and these hooks are a little bit more sort of reserved.
3 fucking times in that stone maze, I was a minotaur, felt like a fucking freak till I fucking roared. Oh, I've shattered this house of mirrors, filled by laughter, anxiety, doubt, and fear.
Damn, man, this guy's got flow.
This fucking bull, 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 this fucking bull,
This fucking bull.
Found this goddamn light, found this goddamn light, found this goddamn light, found this goddamn light.
Damn, man, I'm glad that you're able to escape your house of mirrors, dude. Being stuck in there is fairly brutal. Before we continue, I've noticed that for whatever reason, this software isn't very good at picking the actual time. It's saying that these tracks are twice as long as they're meant to be. Music B's a bit weird. These tracks aren't actually 7 minutes and 6 minutes 43. But I'm really impressed so far with Taurus Rage. It'd be cool to see what you know, Dr. 3 Arms could do in future with like playing around with sort of vocal effects and stuff like that. But we might hear that as we continue to move forward.
Timmy, time to go outside and play. There's a thunderstorm.
This is a fascinating intro, isn't it?
This is my mental state, out of control, out of control. It's like I'm being torn down the middle, down the middle. Let this buzz in my brain tell my
This is a nice intro. It's got like a swagger to it. A steady swagger. Oh, the kicks. Got kind of like a house kind of vibe to it. The vocals are a little bit quieter in this one than the other one. I'm not sure if like these were part of the same sort of EP or something like that, but it's a shame because I just can't really hear the vocalist that clearly in this one. It could just be the headphones. They've got a bit of a bass resonance, but it'd be really cool to hear. I'm just wondering, maybe like maybe it's like a deliberate decision to have them a bit quieter, like in comparison to the other instruments. But just suddenly this part, in terms of the production and the instruments, is just a little bit louder than the vocalist is in the mix. This is better. Things are a little bit quieter. That wah thing is quite dominant in this in the stereo field. And the music is really catchy, and it's, you know, the actual choice of instrumentation, the harmonies and melodies, the sequencing is really solid. It's just maybe about revisiting those vocals and making sure they're placed correctly in the mono field. But I love the instruments that are in this song in particular down the middle. Like the extra instruments, like it's because the actual like the mix itself, if you don't have the vocals in it, everything sounds reasonably well balanced by itself. So I'm wondering if the vocals were added as like a thing to go with the rest of the instrumentation, or whether it was simply just yeah, trying to, because it can be tricky to level out the vocals in a mix. Because I can hear them vaguely. But yeah, maybe if you still have the raw files in the mix, it'd be great if Dr. 3 Arms would be able to just double check, yeah, the vocal levels. And you're another thumb, yep. Because those strings, the vibrato and the strings is divine. It's exquisite, and the chord progression itself is intelligent, and that boom is beautiful. Yeah, it's just the vocal level. Like everything else is perfectly fine. Because that first track, the vocals were well on the mix, and it meant that I could get a feel for where the song was. And the lyric choice, the lyrics are fantastic in that first one. Okay, so what's next? We've got Dragonflies. Got an organ there. Beautiful. Oh.
Candy's dragonflies just over my head.
Now this is much better this time. Well done. Yeah, the vocals are placed well here. I can hear them clearly. It's fantastic.
I keep trying to catch one though they zip through my hair.
There's a nice vibrato in his voice. It sounds very natural.
dragonflies fly so low, they can't touch the sky, no. These dragonflies fly so low, they can't
Touch the sky, no. It's clever hook. Well done. Your lyrics are so. The word choice is so cool. It's got a nice flow and a nice rhythm to it.
Every sunrise seems the same, I don't know how.
Ooh.
When that full moon rises overhead, them dragonflies stop flying.
I like that bump 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 in the side of the cans, man. It's dope.
That moon's their homestead. I wish I knew the thoughts in their minds. What do they dream of? Can I have some insight to roll my thoughts? Mere mirages. These dragonflies fly so low they can't touch the sky.
I love the melody there. Like that. That's really cool. That's a playfulness there. There's a maturity in terms of the choice for the notes in that part. Like you can tell that the people involved in this recording have had some extensive musical background.
I see the starlight twinkling without care. I run and run as fast as I can, but no matter how fast I run,
It's got like an R&B kind of soul vibe to it, doesn't it?
Can these dragonflies suffer just over my head? I keep trying to catch one, they just zip through my hands. I'm losing starlight, I can't see behind my eyes. These dragonflies fly so low, they can't touch the sky, no. These dragonflies fly so low, they can't touch the sky, no.
Yep. It gets stuck in your head, doesn't it? And it's fun to sing along to. That's an effective track. An effective track.
I'm jealous of them when they rocket up towards the clouds. Just imagine their freedom. They don't ever have to come back down. I just want to experience what they experience just for one night. I wanna be a dragonfly, so that way
Being a dragonfly sounds dope, man.
lose animal starlight.
Being able to fly wherever you wanted to would be pretty fun, wouldn't it? Not having a care in the world.
One's on my hand, I get close to it just for a while. Just for a while, that dragonfly gave me a smile before flying off to the night.
Is it fading out, I suppose? Nice finish. Clever. Oh, and Hello Beautiful. Track number 4. We can play it. Yep. Oh, stereo panning. Wow. This has got a lot. This has got a lot more oomph to it than the previous ones.
Hello, beautiful. How are you today? I missed the chance to talk to you.
This sounds like it might have been recorded with a different microphone. The mastering sound, it sounds like there's been some mastering it to kind of level everything out and bring up the volume in the mix. It sounds like there's been some development here, and that's awesome. Well done to Dr. Three Arms for this.
Though some days I might seem a bit up for
He's got like a Johnny Cash kind of vibe to his voice, so.
Stretched into the infinite too. It's you I want most. Kind of funny, isn't it? Of any woman that I've ever known, you're the only one that I want to bring home. Just look you in the eyes while you tell me about your day. Cook you a meal of 3,
that's lovely.
something nice and tasty. Cook you a meal of 3, something nice and tasty.
Good repetition of that main lyrical theme, dude. That repetition, you know, repetition helps the listener. We've got to know the main messages, you know?
Hello, beautiful, how are you today?
And there's some really interesting sort of elements here. You've got the vocal, bang bang, and kind of the hit contemporary hip hop drums. And kind of that stringed instrument on the side. Is that a guitar or is that like another type of stringed instrument?
Don't you worry, I'll kiss those bad times at the door. For better, worse, rich or poor, I'm here for you, babe. Just lead the way.
Yeah.
I'm up for it all.
This has been well done. Maybe if we were to revisit the other 3 tracks and just use a VU meter to check the relative loudness of each of the mixes to confirm that they're kind of matching up to how Hello Beautiful is, because Hello Beautiful is done quite well. This is a nice amount of loudness. Everything sounds nice and balanced. This sounds very professional. I know that mixing and mastering is a pain in the butt. I struggled with it for a long years. I'm not saying that you're doing a bad job or anything. It just can be difficult to get the whole track sounding loud without it sounding overcompressed or limited, you know? I love how we're sticking with sort of one theme and having a loop, but it's catchy enough and the song is short enough, even at 4 minutes, for it to remain sort of relevant and kind of likable. Yeah, the vocal, like, guy is a mean singer, man. Listen to that natural vibrato. Beautiful. Oh, what's happening now? Hello Beautiful is by far my favorite so far. Very wholesome.
Hello, beautiful, how are you today? I missed the chance to talk to you this way, though some days I might seem a bit off. If you alone, I would pause the day.
I reckon, I don't know like how much Dr. Three Arms has played around with effects like reverb and stuff like that, but maybe if there's like a little bit of reverb, just 5 or 10% mix in like a small room or something like that. Or maybe I'm missing that, maybe that's already there. Just for a bit more presence in the mix. Actually no, you don't need it for this one, the dry kind of tone of it sounds pretty good.
Hello, beautiful, what can I say? You still mesmerize, still entrance, you still hypnotize me with a single
I wonder if North Star and When Penguins Fly is going to be like this.
In tune with the sun and moon, it's in the small moments I get to see the real you. This is DJ Jazzy J.
Oh, sorry. That was Hello Beautiful. I got stuck into it and I really loved it to pieces. And now we are listening to North Star. So that's a lot of fun.
Your soul.
Oh? Well, what's happening here? I'm kind of not sure about what's going on here. That's a bit weird.
This goes out to a very special woman.
Mm-hmm. Oh. This guy's got this gangster vibe now. Again, the swagger returns. Soul hip-hop vibes, man. Contemporary hip-hop vibes, dude. Ooh, a little bit of EDM, a little bit of auto-tuning in there. Very sort of, very distinctive vocal style and timbre.
You're so happy around me. I've gone so long without a song in my heart.
Is that like a backing, like an overdub or something in the background? Because if so, that's cool. That's clever. It's good to hear that you're layering your vocal tracks. Because, like, you know.
It's been 2 years since we crossed paths. It's been
Damn.
2 years since my heart beat this fast. It's been 2 years from when you got my heart. It's been 2 years since all this started.
The rhythm on the words is really convincing. It's a really nice track to vibe to. Like, the Hello Beautiful and North Star are both in very strong pieces. Oh, that bass is a nice kind of position in the mix as well. Good. Made you happy, nice.
Outwards, like a flock of doves in the sky. I wonder when it is I'm able to lift you into the sky. Noticing over mine seems like we're from bright nights.
I wonder what actually is happening with those background vocal samples, whether they're going to continue to rise with the vocals as we go through this track.
So true, yet I know, so blue in the sky, so free.
So it tends to be kind of like superimposed, wasn't it? Because I'm noticing that some of these tracks have just been kind of a continuous journey. Other ones have had a hook.
Just to continue, so I want you to know that I'm patient. I know that you'll be able to fly to the stars if you want. If only
That's a beautiful sentiment. Fly to the stars if you want.
deep into your eyes. Bluebell, I've got to tell you that you got stardust on your face. You're so beautiful that the stars kissed you as you flew through space. Now I know why the North Star glows so brightly. It's from when you gave it a hook so tight.
Oh, that's adorable. This is it's so wholesome. You get the impression that Dr. Three Arms is a really lovely human being, you know?
Bluebell, I've gotta ask this once more. Will you be, can you see this with me? You grant me for you to be the other half of my heartbeat, so we can go on truly living blissfully. So maybe one day I can be yours, I can be yours, I can be yours.
Everything's very well leveled in this mix as well. Like, it's fantastic. I'm really glad that there was eventual. Again, not that the previous few tracks were bad. Like the first few songs, like Taurus Rage, and can I switch that? Make that a little bit bigger. Down the middle, they were all fantastic tracks. It's just nice to have that build in the master chain. Well, yeah, we have Penguins Fly 747s. The final track for today. I'm just gonna turn my camera back off and on again, because I gotta do that so that I don't know if you guys know this. You know DSLR cameras that also have like 1080p video at 60 frames? Basically Canon, there's like some sort of tax or something that camera companies have to pay if they want to not be, if they're considered a video camera, right? So a lot of these camera companies will make it so their cameras can't record more than 30 minutes at 1080p 60 because of a system limitation, but in reality it's because they don't want to have to pay the extra. My understanding is there's an extra cost involved if you're a video camera as opposed to if you're just a camera. That's my understanding of it. So yeah, that's why I have to make sure every half an hour if I'm recording I have to stop the video and turn it back on again because otherwise it'll corrupt. So that's fun. Anyways, when Penguins Fly 747s. 90s hip hop, kind of West Coast kind of vibe in this one, eh? Yeah, this is sounding a lot more professional. So like the second half of this has been filled with the tracks maybe made later on in Dr. Three Arms sort of tenure. By the way, right, whilst I listen to this, apologies if I've been, as if it's meant to be dreams or something like that. I know that sometimes when people make song titles, they'll like use late speak where like a 3 will actually be an E or something like that. So apologies if I'm getting this wrong this entire time. It's like dreams or something like that. Dr. Three Arms is my interpretation of the artist's name, and I'm hoping I got that right. But if I didn't, I apologize. All your patience.
All my patience tested again, standing around, useless like a stone man, waiting for the orders from a wizard on high, on mountaintop that won't dare die. It's like a storm in my
It's kind of like a soul swagger to this, isn't it? I've said swagger a lot today, but there's like a kind of there's a self-assuredness involved with this vocal performance that I can really admire and appreciate. Don't want to be here. Those 808s in the kick on this are just stellar, man. They are bombastic. And they're bomb, 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 bomb. All the musical instruments, like the synths and the drums and the bass and the pads and all that, are really well put together. Like, it all sounds like it's totally in sync. We got more of those vocal overdubs in the low end. Damn, man. I think this is the hook here, isn't it? This is going to be one of those tracks where I'm going to listen to the lyrics a few times in a row to sort of get the hang of what's going on. Like, I am listening to him, and my brain, I guess, is just paying attention to all the different musical elements. So I think I'd need more time with this. I know what's going on with the vast majority of these, but when Penguins Fly 747s, I just need a bit more time to really appreciate what's going on with the lyrics. Lightning storm in my bones. There ain't much use for me right now. Oh. And we're back to that bum bum ba-dum bum 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 bum. Just kind of add a layer of sort of intensity to this whole composition. There's a lot of tension in here involved with like the thick drums with the brutish bass. And with like those very kind of airy kind of atmospheric sort of panned pianos and stuff like that. And that was When Penguins Fly. So we listened to Taurus Rage, Down the Middle, Dragonflies, Hello Beautiful, North Star, and When Penguins Fly. 747S. I have the file for this, and I'm not sure if the 747S was a part of the title, but I kept it in just in case. Those are the 6 tracks I've listened to from Dr. Three Arms, or Dreams, however which way it's pronounced, and I apologize if I've gotten it wrong. Thank you. Thank you for providing me with the opportunity to be able to review something like this. Because you can kind of hear, at least my interpretation is, I can hear the development of this artist from like kind of the early stages like Taurus Rage and down the middle, to later on with Hello Beautiful and North Star, where there's like a bit more polish on the post-production end. The individual instruments have all worked pretty well musically involved with this. Like typically each of them had like a main theme, and now it's repeated for like 3 or 4 minutes. Because I think each of these was effectively meant to focus around the vocals, right? The vocals were the main thing that sort of changed throughout each of these. When Penguins Fly had like bits come in and out, but again, the focus was the vocals for each of these 6 tracks. And it's because I think that Dr. Three Arms wanted to tell a story. And each of them, like Taurus Rage was incredibly effective with the way the story was told about being sort of trapped in a cage and wanting to get out and sort of having to deal with that and kind of living a life outside of that. Dragonflies wanting to kind of get away and be a dragonfly and sort of fly around and have sort of a sense of freedom. And North Star, where like the light of a beautiful woman, as well as Hello Beautiful, like the love of your life being someone who shines up the sky. It's just so gorgeous. I'm still figuring out when Penguins Fly, but that's just because that one I think I just need more time with, as I said before. I think that if all the tracks had the same sort of mixing sort of chain that Hello Beautiful and North Star did, you'd basically be on to a pretty sort of solid EP. So hopefully Dr. Three Arms will continue to sort of develop his craft and continue to put out great material. Best of luck to him in future. Thank you very much for watching this review of Dr. Three Arms or Dreams music. And the 6 tracks that we listened to today is part of a various tracks review. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Stay cool, stay safe. Please remember to support your local musicians and artists supporting time, as need the help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on. I'll catch you next review. Spiderhands out. Oh, wait. And just before I go, I just want to say that that voice, that vocal performance is so cool. Like there's such a fantastic color to that voice, and the tonality of it and the technique is exquisite. So once we are able to get into a position where we have that same sort of recording production set up for the vocals, you'll be able to showcase it perfectly every time. Bye bye.